Today I have a very positive video to upload, and I'm happy to be able to upload it. And it's about Warframe. And I know I'm not a Warframe channel, and I know that if you're following me for my Warframe streams, you might not like seeing all these Call of Duty videos in your subscription feed, so I am sorry. But because I've played Call of Duty and Battlefield and those games for so long, I have so many critical opinions about them, that's where my topics lie. It's almost where they need to lie, because those are the games that I think about and talk about the most anyway. But some of you guys have a healthy understanding that people can like two different things, and that's definitely the case for me. I'm all over the place with my video game preferences, from Call of Duty to Kingdom Hearts to Forza to Halo to Final Fantasy to City Skylines to Age of Empires, whatever it is. But over a year ago, I joined a community, and that was the Rainbow Six Siege community. I made myself a part of it. I made myself out to be somebody that could talk about it and play it a lot and learn it and criticize it and you know be a part of the Rainbow Six Siege video cycle here on YouTube. And although I enjoy Rainbow Six Siege and I think it's one of my favorite FPS games I can play, the community did not welcome me with open arms. Now, some people did, and some of those people are subscribed, and some of those people might be watching this video. But when I tried to basically, get myself into the Siege community, the console Siege community, because I played it on console because that's where my friends had it, and, I bought it back before I even had a PC that could really run it. I didn't have a PC gaming setup at all at the time, so fuck it. That's where I played Rainbow Six Siege. And people didn't like that. They didn't like that I played casual more than ranked. They didn't like that I was on console. They didn't like how I was playing. They were constantly critiquing me, which was funny because when I didn't like Siege and I wasn't into the game, people kept telling me that I need to go play it. 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 It's the best game ever. Screw Call of Duty, screw Battlefield, screw Halo, screw any other FPS game, screw any other type of game. Play Siege is basically what I was told consistently and constantly. Well, okay, that's all fine and good, but except for one thing. When I started playing Siege and making Siege videos and talking about my opinions on Siege, it was met with a lot of criticism that I was even playing it, that I was even talking about it, that I was even able to make videos about it. Some people just really don't like that. And most of my spam comments, the comments that YouTube picks as spam, are on my Siege videos. Now, I'm not going to say the Siege community is toxic, but the Siege community is toxic. In a lot of ways, they just are, especially the console Siege community, the player base at least. It's very toxic, and I don't honestly help with that. I'm not a non-toxic gamer. I'm not one of those people that thinks that if I need to be an example for everyone on how to be kind, I'm sorry. Maybe I'll get that way when I'm older, but at 21, I don't care if you're kind, really. But what I do care about is how elitist are you? How pretentious are you? How much of a cocky asshole are you? Siege gameplay standards are so high. This sounds like, okay, I just realized I said this is a positive video, but anyway, you guys get where I'm going with this probably, but I'm going to keep it going anyway. Listen, the Siege standards for gameplay have been risen pretty damn high. From PC players like Matimio and Get Flanked, and well, Get Flanked's okay at the game, I guess, but but seriously, it's the standards are high, okay? They're high. And so when you don't meet those standards, when you're not acing rounds, when you're not one-tapping people, when you're not doing the best that you can, or the best that's possible, they just assume you're garbage, you're trash, you're shit. Your opinion doesn't matter, you're not diamond ranked, you can't go in by yourself and get ranked in platinum, you're a noob, you're a scrub, your opinion doesn't count, you haven't played the game long enough. I played the game 6 months, and then I tried to upload a video of my operator idea that I had to add to the game, and I was basically told, well, go fuck yourself. You haven't played the game long enough. And then 4 or 5 months after that, I uploaded a video about how I would change one of the operators, and I haven't played the game long enough. And then a year later, I uploaded a video about operators I don't like seeing on my team, and I was told that I don't play the game long enough, and I don't play the game on ranked, and I'm not a diamond player, so my opinion doesn't count. Or that I play on console, so my opinion doesn't count. So I was constantly being told that my opinion doesn't count. My gameplay is not good enough. I'm trying to enjoy the game and be a part of the community and get better and enjoy things, but honestly, to God, it's such a grueling process. And I know I have some Siege fans on my channel, because if I upload a Siege video, like a topic Siege video, it gets a good amount of views, but if I was to upload something like a compilation of me, having fun with my friends, and having funny moments and me trying to do well, like, and with honestly some pretty decently good clips too, no one would watch it. And the people that would watch it would be like, yo bro, you're ass at this game. And even if it's like a clip of me failing that I left in because I thought it was funny and I'm just having fun, I just get told that I'm ass. And so, and that's not everyone, but honestly, it's more than not. So then I decided recently to get into Warframe because me and my buddy wanted a game that we could get into and grind and learn about and all that. My buddy Jason, that you guys see on my live streams a lot, he was into Dauntless, the Epic Games kind of rip-off Monster Hunter, and he was enjoying it, but mostly because he wanted like a grindy RPG, and it was free to play. And I said, well, if you want a good free to play, we should play Warframe. And I had been trying to get into Warframe for a while, and I thought, well, if Jason gets into it, I can really get into it. That's an excuse for me to get into it. And I was right. It was a really good reason to get into Warframe, and him and I have been learning the game ever since. It's been almost a month of us playing Warframe every day. I think I'm up to almost 30 in my daily login tributes, and I'm playing for hours at a time. I try to get everything in my house done. I try to get everything on this channel done. I try to get everything done as fast as possible so I can hop on and play Warframe. And if you're a non-gamer or not a very hardcore gamer, you might think, well, that's just sad. You should get a life. Fair enough. But if you're a gamer, you guys know what that feels like, where it's like, yeah, when you're not playing it, when you're not playing that game, it's pulling at your shirt collar. It's tugging you a little bit. It's like, come on, come play me. And that's a good feeling, honestly, in my opinion, because I'm an adult. I can regulate my time. I know when I've had enough. I know when I'm wasting time. So it's entirely healthy, which is what somebody would say if the obsession wasn't healthy. But I do think it's actually a healthy obsession. I think it's honestly a decent way to put it. I'm really into the game. And if I wasn't already, when I started streaming it more consistently, I started bringing in a viewer base of people that wanted to watch. And now my streams are more consistently full than it was when I was streaming Call of Duty or Rainbow Six Siege. I can hold 40 people's attention for hours, and they'll talk and try to give tips and help out, and they make fun, and it's good fun. It's like a good time. And then while I'm streaming, they're gifting me Warframes, they're gifting me things, they're offering to trade mods to me and help me out with things. Now, I don't want to be carried through the game. I don't want to have like 100 Warframes sent to my inbox. I don't want to have people, giving me like really powerful endgame things and mods and blueprints and all this, for nothing because they just want to be on the stream or they just want to, be cool. Honestly, I don't want that. But the community's like willingness to bring in a new player when Warframe isn't dying. From what I can tell, Warframe's still doing really well in terms of player counts and playtime and popularity overall. And every time something new about Warframe comes out, it gets covered and the game gets a lot of publicity and a lot of press. If you guys saw Spider-Man Far From Home, you probably saw a pretty badass Warframe trailer ahead of that. But even though I post Rainbow Six and Call of Duty and Battlefield videos and ranty gaming videos that have nothing to do with Warframe, and Warframe has no real shortage of players, people are still so excited to see a new one and watch a new one play through quests and get things done and learn about the inside jokes and get cool equipment and Warframes and mods. And yeah, there's some nitpicking in how I play, and there's some, pestering from time to time about how far I am and what I need to be actually doing, and there's a bit of that. And it's fair because it's not to the point that it's toxic, it's not to the point that it's frustrating. Again, I'm not under the impression that gamers need to strive to be non-toxic little angels. I don't subscribe to that idea at all. But I still recognize and appreciate kindness and patience, and I appreciate support. And it is really cool to see the Warframe players flocking to my streams. Well, flocking, wow, that's like a little bit... Okay, not flocking, mind you, but showing up to some COD players' streams just to like kind of root them on and give them tips and gift things to them and just be overall like supportive and welcoming, and that's such a great feeling. And when I'm ass at Warframe, I get nitpicked and made fun of a little bit, but they're like, you know what, he's learning. When I stream Siege and I don't do well or I'm having a bad match, people just leave. They make fun of me and they just leave. They go, oh, you're ass. And it's not fun. And I know it's a different type of game, but a community is a community. A group of people that play a game is a group of people that play a game. And the Siege community is so hung up over what platform you're playing on. The Siege community is so hung up on what rank you are, or how many one-taps are in your gameplay, or how good are you? Are you as good as Matimio? Are you as good as these other players? Despite Siege having such a large skill gap and having so much to learn, nobody has that kind of, he's learning type of mentality that I'm seeing with Warframe. Again, different type of game, different type of community, but a community nonetheless. So basically what I'm saying in this video is that Warframe's doing a really good job of welcoming me. Not because of gifts and donations. Honestly, those are bonuses. What really has been getting me is just the attitude. The attitude is completely different. The support is completely different. The context with the criticisms is different. And I feel like it's something I want to learn and get better at, because there's, a couple ounces of, well appreciated kindness. And again, I'm not one of those it costs $0 to not be toxic ooh-woo people. I'm not. But I have a limit to how much I'm willing to take. I'm okay with pessimism. I'm okay with cynicism. But if you were to hang out with me and be pessimistic and cynical all day, you're gonna bum me out, okay? And with Siege, it's not that I'm offended or butthurt, it's just that it wears on me a little bit. It's like, fucking Christ, like, I'm not supposed to win? I'm not supposed to do well? Because if I do well, it's like, well, okay, well, that's on console, it doesn't matter. Oh, well, that's on casual, that didn't matter. Or that's on that map, you played that operator, or whatever, not a big deal. It's such a crappy feeling. It's such a crappy, kind of elitist, snobby attitude they give off. And I really haven't seen that with Warframe. Maybe a touch here or there, but the context is different. And it feels a little bit more, like I said, it feels a little bit more kind. This video might not seem positive, but what I'm saying is hey, to the Warframe community that I've interacted with, you've been supportive and kind and encouraging. The game is both motivating and overwhelming at the same time, and I'm enjoying every second of it. Every day I play, I learn a little something new, I progress a little further, and I have more fun. I enjoy it more as I keep playing it, not less. There's other games I play that are similar in style to Warframe. I won't mention Destiny, but Destiny, where it's like, if I would have been putting this much time into Destiny 2, if I just would have bought Destiny 2 for like super cheap, dirt cheap, and started playing it for this amount of time, like 30 days, hours a day, I would have already seen everything. And I know that to be true because that's what happened with both Destiny 1 and 2. I got so enthralled with them, but they got less fun as time went on. I started hitting soft walls more and more as time went on. I had less to look forward to as I kept playing. And that's not how I feel with Warframe. And if I wasn't into the game already, the community has been welcoming on top of how fun the game is to play. And it's so nice. It's so goddamn nice to see somebody say, oh, what platform are you playing on? And it's like, someone will say, oh, he's playing on Xbox. And no one goes, ew, Xbox, what the fuck? I haven't seen that. I've seen people say, oh, I wish you were playing on PC so I could give you some mods so we could trade together. Oh, well. Like, holy shit, like, what a concept. It's like there's this unspoken thing in that community where it's like, if we're kind to people, this community can get bigger. If we encourage new players, if we help them out, this game can get bigger. I think Siege is going to start pushing people away if they act the way they act, and that goes for a lot of communities. Battlefield as well. Most of the pretentious elitism I've seen in my YouTube comments, and most undeserved valor I've seen in my comment section, are hardcore Battlefield players that act as if they've actually seen real combat. It's cringy, it's terrible, it's never usually right or justified, and when it is, I like to like the comment or hit the love button on it, even if I disagree with it, if I feel like at least they're trying to make a good point, or they're smart about it. But for the most part, the biggest cesspools I've seen, I'm sorry, have been the Battlefield community. I've made multiple videos on it. I have to not talk about it because it makes me mad, because I love Battlefield, and I love a lot of Battlefield YouTubers and the scene around it, and I think Battlefield's fun, but either way. Again, even I guess my positive videos have to have a negative undertone, but it's more like a contrasting tone. Thank you for welcoming me, Warframe community. Thank you for coming to my streams. If you've gifted me something or donated, I really appreciate it, but I also don't expect that from anybody. It's genuinely been a fun experience streaming the game recently. I'm actually looking forward to streaming it. I'm looking forward to streaming it because no one comes into the streams to argue with me or tell me how shit I am. And it feels good. It feels good. That helps me want to get into your game. And whether you're doing it because you want me to stay and it's like a cult-like thing, or you just want to be a decent person and you enjoy that people enjoy the games you like, I appreciate that. I look forward to streaming more Warframe, and if you're into Warframe content, hit the notification bell for when I go live, because a lot of my live streams over the next couple of months will be Warframe related. There might be some PC building simulator streams, maybe an Age of Empires stream if I can coordinate it. I might also stream some Modern Warfare hardcore mode or something like that, but I'm going to try to stream a lot of Warframe, and I want to stream some of the more big quests I keep hearing so much about, and so you guys can watch my reaction to that live. Yeah, so see you when I see you guys. Thank you so much. Goodbye.